Okay, so today's video I want to explain offset, wheel offset for you guys. You might hear the term backspacing, but it refers to the same characteristic of the wheel. So I get a lot of questions on my Hellcat replica wheels, most specifically on my Ram 1500, and asking if I need a spacer or if they rub or any of that stuff. And the reason why I don't require a spacer is because they are built with a low offset. So I want to clear up with you guys in the most simple of terms with a few examples of the wheels that I have here on what offset does for a wheel and how it can affect your wheel choice. So the first example I'm going to use is the wheels on the Dodge Viper. These are a very low offset wheel, and the reason why they're a low offset wheel is because when you lower the offset, so the lower offset number you have, the more the wheel will become away from the vehicle, if that makes sense. So the lower the number on the offset, if you see any wheels online or when you're trying to look at wheels, the lower the number, the further away from the body of the vehicle or away from the center line of the vehicle, the center line of the hub, the further out the wheel will stick. So just remember, lower the offset number, the more the wheel is going to stick out from the car. So you probably have heard a lot of people talk about low offset wheels, and what they're trying to achieve is having that flushness with the face of the wheel with the body line, and I'll show you guys in a second exactly what I mean. So the wheels on this car in particular, like I said, they are pretty low offset, and it usually, what it has to do with low offset wheels is the barrel of the wheel will be further away from the hub. So the lower the offset, and the offset has to do with the center line of the wheel, and probably one of a wheel that's off the vehicle makes sense. So for example, if you take the center line of this wheel, the lower the offset, the more the hub is going to be inside of the wheel to stick the wheel out from the vehicle. And I hope this is making sense, because I know it's a little bit confusing, but if you think about it, the lower the offset wheel, the more it's going to stick out. Higher the offset wheel, the more it's going to come inside the body line. And that's about as simple as I can explain it. So these are the 24-inch Hellcat wheels. They are a plus 18 offset, which is a lower offset than the factory. So if you look at the Ram right now, these wheels are kind of sunken in on the body line. Like if I go like this, you can't see it. If I do this exact same comparison with those Hellcat wheels, you'll see that they actually protrude outside of the body just ever so slightly. And that's because they're a lower offset wheel in combination with the width. And width is totally a different story, so I don't want to get into width in this video, but you can kind of see here, you can't really see the wheel outside the body line of this car. And I've also, just to kind of flush things up, because that's kind of the, I guess that's kind of the style these days, is for the wheel to be flush with the edge or the body line, because I just think it looks strange. So when you look at the vehicle and you don't see the wheels at all, this is pretty good, but when the wheels are actually sunken in quite a bit, it just looks a little odd by today's standards. So I do have, I think these, going off memory, are like an 1/8 of an inch spacer in the front on this car, which is effectively moving the wheel further out, even though the offset of the wheel is a fixed proportion. And then I have 1/2 inch spacers on the back that you can probably see right there, those kind of aluminum ones. But another thing to kind of mention on this video, guys, is the offset of the wheel is fixed. So the only way you can change the offset after that is to put a wheel spacer or to get it physically machined. So what happens is, this is actually the offset here, and if you want the wheel to stick out further, which would lower the offset, you would technically have to add some sort of material, whether it's wheel spacer or something of that nature. If you want to increase your offset, so if you want to make it higher, you would have to shave this down. So, you know, you could go to like a, say a plus 30. This is a plus 18. If you want to go to plus 30, you would have to shave off material to achieve that. And usually you guys can see that it'll be printed on the back here somewhere. So you can usually find what the wheel is, the spec of the wheel, by looking on the back. So you'll see here, this says 24 by 10, 24 by 10 being the width of the wheel. And yeah, I think somewhere on here it should be stamped that it's a plus 18. I'm not seeing it right now. Oh, there it is actually. So I don't know if you guys can see this with the light or lighting. If I spin it, there we go. So right there, ET18. So like I said, usually you can find it stamped on the back side of the wheel what the offset of your particular wheel is, but going back to the reason why I made this video is the reason why these wheels don't rub. So they're 10 inches wide, a plus 18 and a 24-inch diameter. But the reason why they don't rub is because they're sitting further away from the vehicle. So a lot of times what will happen is people will put a different wheel on, like a wider wheel, and when they go to turn, the inside of the wheel will rub on the fender liner or rub on a control arm or something of that nature. But because those wheels are low offset and they stick out from the body line, they don't rub when you turn full lock, when you turn the wheel all the way. So hopefully that straightens that out for you guys. So again, just remember, low offset sits away from the vehicle. The higher the offset, the more in that wheel will sit on your vehicle. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that straightened that out for you guys. Again, if you just break it down to the most simple of points, the lower the offset, the more the wheel is going to stick away from the vehicle or come out from the vehicle. The higher the offset, the more in it's going to be. So let me know if you guys have any questions below. Maybe I'll make another video, make it a little bit more clear if need be, but hope you guys understand that. Hope you guys like this video. If you did like it, make sure to give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if it's your first time stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.